shall we meet again?
In thunder, lightning, or in rain.
When the hurly-burly sun,
When the battle's lost and won.
that will be air the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath,
There to meet with Macbeth. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that?
This is the sergeant. Like a brave and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend, and say to the president the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtfully it stood. The merciless Macbeth showed like a rebel's whore, but all's too weak. For brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, unsheathed his blade and carved out a passage until he faced the slave, and unseamed him from knave to chaps, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Worthy cousin, valiant gentleman,
But I am faint, my gashes cry for help.
so well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
Thy worthy Senator Ross.
Mr. President,
Whence camest thou?
from Florida, Mr. President, where Norway himself with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Senator of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness! No more shall that Cawdor deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been?
Oh, killing swine! And where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, aroint thee which, the Rumfedrunian cried. Her husband's in Aleppo gone, master of the tiger, and in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do. Those bark cannot be lost, it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked homeward as he did come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up nine. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I've not seen.
How far is it called to Florida? What are these, so withered and wild in their attire, that look not like inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it?
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth.
Hail to thee, Senator of Clomis.
All hail Macbeth.
Hail to thee, Senator of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth. Thou shalt be president hereafter.
President Macbeth, does that have a ring to it, sir? Any running mates, any slogans? What are your plans, sir?
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, if you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me.
Hail! Hail! Blessed be the Macbeth greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt become president.
So all hail Macbeth and Bangla.
Great woman Macbeth, all hail!
Oh, stay! You imperfect speakers, tell me more. I know I am Senator of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Senator of Cawdor lives, a most worthy gentleman, and to be president stands not within the prospect of belief. Speak! I charge you.
Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. Oh, they've stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about?
Your children shall be president.
You shall be president.
And Cawdor too. Went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The president hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. He bade me from him call thee Senator of Cawdor, in which addition, hail most worthy senator, for it is thine.
What can the devil speak true?
The senator of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the senator lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose.
Glamis and Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope that your children shall be presidents when those that promised Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted hope might enkindle you unto the crown, but 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us over with honest trifles to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousin, a word I pray you.
2 truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, then why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in truth? I am senator of Cawdor. If good, then why doth that horrid image unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Oh, present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder is yet but so fantastical, shakes so my single state of man function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's racked.
If chance will have me Cawdor, then chance will elect me without my stir.
New honors come upon him, and like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use. Worthy Macbeth, I stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. Let us toward the president.
Is imprisonment done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
They have not yet come back. But I have spoke with one who saw them imprisoned.
There's no art to the mind's construction of the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Valiant cousin, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
Oh, the loyalty and service I owe in doing it pays itself.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that has no less deserved, nor shall it be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
If there I grow, the harvest is your own.
Sons, kinsmen, and senators, and you whose places are nearest, know that we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter Vice President from sea to shining sea, to bind us for the kingdom.
When I lose this labor, I'll be myself harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife at your approach. So humbly, take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Vice President. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else overleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let light not see my black and deep desires. The eye winks at the hand, yet let that be what the hand has done. The eye fears to see.
True, worthy Banquo. He is full, so valiant. Now let us after him, whose care is gone before us, to bid us welcome.
confirmed by the perfectest report that they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the president, who hailed me Senator of Cawdor, by which title before the media had saluted me and referred me to the coming on of time, with hail, President that shall be. This I have thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightest not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shall be what thou art promised, yet I do fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear and chastise thee with the valor of my tongue, all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The president comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him?
So please you, it is true, Macbeth is coming.
The raven herself, his horse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctuous visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect in it. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, Senator, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming tonight must be provided for. You shall put this night's great business into my dispatch.
Oh, we will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This house hath a pleasant seat. The air sweetly and nimbly welcomes itself unto our gentle senses. See our honored hostess. Gentle hostess, where's the Senator of Cawdor? We are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces to him. By your leave, hostess.
This way, of course.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well done, it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, We jump the life to come, but in these cases, we still have judgment here that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our own poison chalice to our own lips. Oh, he's here in double trust. First as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against the murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his facility so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues, like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other. Who's there?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from people that should be worn in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire?
Pray thee, peace. I do dare all that would become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it's smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I sworn as you have done to this.
Oh, and if we should fail?
We failed, but screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. While Duncan is asleep, his two chamberlain will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain shall be a few, and the receipt of reason a linebeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon that unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only. The undaunted metal should compose of nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked those two of his own chamber that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death?
I'm settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat away. Mock the time thou dost show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir, not yet at rest? The president's abed, all's well. I dreamt last night of the press. To you they have shown some truth.
Oh, I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it with some words upon that business. If you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
Oh, good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Brianna,
Yes, sir?
go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch me. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind. A false creation proceeding from a heat-oppressed brain. Thou marshallest me the way I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. While I threat, he lives. Words too cold, the deed of breath gives. I go. It is done. I hear a bell. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Hath made them drunk, hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace, it was the owl that shrieked, the most fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it.
Who's there? Let's go!
Oh, alack, I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt, and not the deed, confounds us. I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it.
I have done the deed. Didst thou hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
I.
Hark, this is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. They did say their prayers and addressed again to bed.
There are two lodged.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other. They stood and watched with these hangmen's hands, listening their fear. I could not say amen when they did say God bless us. But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I was in most need of a blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that's reveled up in a sleeve of care.
What do you mean?
Still, it cried to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep. Therefore, Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the
I'll
sleeping
go
corpse with
no
blood.
more. To think of that which I have done, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms with all, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it when every noise appalls me? Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hands? No. This my hand, or rather the multitudinous of the seas, and incarnate, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Oh, I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not to know myself. To wake a Duncan with thy knocking. I would thou couldst. Oh.
Oh, there's knocking indeed. Go, 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 go.
hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Knock, knock, who's there in the devil's name? Faith is an equivocator that could swear in both scale against either scale, but could not equivocate to heaven. No, never a quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll teleport it no further. I had thought to let in some of all professions to go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we are carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Oh, marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. It makes him, and it mars him. It makes him stand to and not stand to. And in conclusion, equivocates him in sleep, and giving in the bly, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night. Our knocking has awakened him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the president stirring, good senator?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on.
Oh, I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call.
Goes the president hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air. Strange screams of death.
'Twas a rough night.
Horror! Horror! Horror!
What's amiss?
What's the matter?
Do not bid me speak. See and speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell. Murder and treason. Shake off this down to sleep. Death's counterfeit. Ring the bell.
What is the matter? Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. Banquo, the president is murdered.
Whoa, alas, what, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere, dear Duff. I prithee contradict thyself. Say it is not so.
Oh, had I died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The head, the spring, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
The president is murdered.
By whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seems,
Oh,
done it.
repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced in his golden blood. There lie the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known? Let's put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Contented.
What shall I do? To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. All to Canada. Where I am, there's daggers in men's smiles. This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and my safest way is to avoid the aim. There's warrant in that theft which stills itself, when there's no mercy left.
How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
those that Macbeth have slain.
Alas! What good could they pretend?
They are so born. Malcolm and Donalbain, the president's watchmen, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Then 'tis most likely the presidency will fall on Macbeth.
He's already named and gone to D.C. to be invested.
Will you to D.C.?
No, cousin, I'll return to Florida.
Well, I thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old ropes sit easier than our new.
Farewell.
Thou hast it now, President, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the press promised, and I fear thou playest most foully for it. But hush, no more.
Oh, here's our chief guest. Tonight we hold a solemn supper, and I'll request your presence. Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill the time twixt this and supper.
Fail not our feast.
Mr. President, I will not.
We hear our cousin Malcolm is bestowed in Canada, not confessing his cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. Oh, but of that, tomorrow. Goes your daughter with you?
Aye, my good lord, and our time does call upon us.
Oh, and I commend you to their backs. God be with you. To be thus is nothing. To be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep. He did chide the press when they did first put the name of president upon me. He bade them speak to him, and prophet-like they hailed his mother to a line of presidents, putting a fruitless crown upon my head and a barren scepter in my grip, no sons of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filled my mind. For them have I murdered the gracious Duncan, put rancors in my vessel of peace. And mine eternal jewel is given to the common enemy of man to make them presidents. The sons of Banquo presidents. If it be so, come fate in the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was so, Mr. President.
And have you considered my speeches? You both know Banquo was your enemy.
True.
So is he mine.
We shall, Mr. President, perform what you command us.
Oh, your spirits shine through you. In this hour at the most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, for it must be tonight. Leon's his daughter, whose absence is no less material to me than is her father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, Mr. President.
Abide within. It is decided, Banquo. If thy soul's flight find heaven, must find it out tonight.
How now, my lord? Why do you keep so alone? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle, my lord. Slake over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
I will, dear wife, and I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo.
You must leave
Full of
this.
scorpions is my mind. Thou knowest that Banquo and his daughter lives.
But in them nature's copy, not eternal.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Oh, then be thou jocund.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of thy knowledge, dearest Chuck. till thou applauded the deed. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So pray thee, go with me.
Hark, I hear cars. Then 'tis he. The rest are already in the court.
Cars go about?
But he does usually, so all men do. From hence to the palace gate make their walk.
The light is he.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Fly against Leon! Fly, fly!
There is but one down, the daughter's fled!
But we have lost the best half of our affair.
Come on!
You know your own degrees, the first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Anon, we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood on my face.
His Banquo's dead.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
Aye, Mr. President. His throat is cut that I did for his.
Oh, thou art the best of the cutthroat, yet she's good that did the like for his daughter.
Mr. President, his daughter escaped.
But Banquo's safe.
Yes, Mr. President. He's safe in the ditches with 20 trench gashes on his head.
Thanks for that. Now get thee gone.
My lord, you did not give the cheer.
Oh, sweet remembrancer. Now come. Good digestion, weight on appetite, and health on both. Here had we now our country's honor roofed, were the graced person of our Banquo president.
Please sit, Mr. President, to grace us with your company.
The table's full.
There's a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, good sir.
Oh,
Moves you, sir.
which of you have done this?
What, Mr. President?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
The president is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Feed, and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am the bold one that might do that which might appall the devil. Pray thee, see there. Oh.
You look but on a stool.
If I stand here, I saw him.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends, for I have a strange infirmity that is nothing to those that know me. Now come to Banquo, to him and all to all.
To Banquo.
Fucked! And quite my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold! Thy eyes have no speculation which thou dost glare with!
What, Mr. President?
What man dare? I dare!
Pray you speak not. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Go at once.
Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros of the Hircan tiger. Take any shape but that, and firm my nerves shall never tremble or be alive again. Oh, if trembling I inhabit then, protest me the mocking of a baby girl. Hence, that horrible shadow. Hence.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it, by the way, but I will send. There's not one servant I keep this house paid. Tomorrow I will to the press. More shall they speak. For now, I am bent to know. By the worst means the worst. I'm in blood, steeped so far that returning were as tedious as go over. Strange things I have in my head. The will to hand must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, we'll to sleep. We are but yet young, indeed.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Toad, venom, sleeping gulp, boil thou first by the charmed pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, for a charm and powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of bull, witch's mummy, maw and gold, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall goat and slips of view.
Or strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab. Make the gruel thick and slab. Add thereto a tiger's cauldron for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
By the pricking of my thumbs,
Something wicked this way comes.
Open.
Locks, whoever.
Knocks.
Come, you secret, black and midnight hags. I conjure you by that which you profess. Though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, answer me what I ask of you.
Speak. Demand.
We'll answer.
save thou'dst rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Well, call him. Let me see him.
Come high or low, thyself in office deathly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Thou hast harped my fear aright, but one word more.
He will not be commanded.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute, laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? Yet I'll take a bond of fate and make assurance double sure. Thou shalt not live.
Be lying metal, proud, and take no care who chase, who frets, or where conspirators are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee until great Burnham Woods to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Oh, sweet bottom, it's good. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Oh, if your art can tell me so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this republic? Seek to know no more! I will be satisfied. Oh, deny me this, and an eternal curse be put upon you. Let me know.
Show, show, show. Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows.
So depart!
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down thy crown doth sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair. Oh, why do you show me this? What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? For the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir. All of this is so, but why stands Macbeth thus amazed?
No, where are they? Gone? Oh, let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in, without there.
What's your will?
Saw you the press?
No, sir.
Came they not to buy you?
No, indeed, sir.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear a car. Who wasn't came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, sir, that bring you word Macduff has fled to Canada.
Fled to Canada. Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. For the home of Macduff I will surprise. Cease upon Florida, his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No more boasting like a fool. Anon I'll make this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me to where they are.
Lady Macduff.
What had he done to make him fly the
You
land?
must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us
You know
traitorous.
not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom. To leave his wife. To leave his babes, his mansion, and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her younger ones in her nest against the owl.
Lady Macduff, your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. Things at worst will cease, or else climb upwards to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and yet he's father.
I am so much a fool should I stay longer. It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they. My father is not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. And how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy 'em to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet in faith, with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one who swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone who does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
Must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. For there are liars and swearers now to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Now God help thee. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest.
Bless you, Lady Macduff. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. Be not found here. Hence with your little ones.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable. To do good, sometime accounted dangerous folly.
Where is your husband? Where is Macduff?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
What you egg! You're crying treachery!
let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face.
What you spoke, it may be so perchance, that this tyrant whose soul and name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well, and he has not touched you yet. But something you may deserve of him through me and wisdom, and offer up a poor, weak, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil an imperial charge. Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. It is our country. I think it sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds, in more sundry ways than ever before. What shall he be, him that shall succeed? It is myself, in whom I know all the particulars of vice. I have none the king becoming graces, justice, verity, temperance, and stableness.
America, nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant, bloody scepter, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? Since that the truest issue of thy throne, by his own interdiction stand accursed, and does blaspheme breed. Thy presidency was the most sainted president, the first lady that bore oftener on her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself, banish me from America. My breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, O child of integrity, hath from my soul reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains, has sought to win me into his power. But modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulous haste. For God above, deal between thee and me. For even now I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak mine own detraction. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country's to command.
Lo, you! Here she comes!
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
Yet here's a spot.
How she speaks.
Out! Damned spot! Out, I say! 1, 2, why, then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a feared. What need we fear who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The senator of Florida had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. Yet here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh!
What a sight! This disease is beyond my practice.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried.
Even so?
To bed. To bed. To bed. To bed. To bed!
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
For whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More Nietzsche the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all.
Yes, sir.
Till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. And what's the boy Malcolm? Is he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for no man that's born of woman shall ever have power over thee. Brianna! The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Where godst thou the goose look?
There's 10,000!
Geese! Villain!
Soldiers, sir!
Go prick thy face and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers? Patch!
Malcolm's force so please you!
Take thy face hence. I am sick at heart. This push will cheer me ever, or deceit me now. My way of life is fallen into the seer. As honor, love, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in their places, curses, not loud, but deep, mouth honor, breath, which the poor faint heart would deny and dare not.
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, Mr. President, which was reported.
Send out more horses, stir the country round, hang those that talk in fear.
Yes, sir.
How goes your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, sir, since she troubled with incoming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind deceased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the ridden troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein, the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physics to the dogs. I'll none of it. Come, put mine armor on. If thou couldst, doctor, I would that you find her disease and purge her mind to a sound and pristine health. I would applaud at the deed.
Yes, sir.
I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane.
Cousins, I hope the day is in your hand that thy chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing. What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham. Let every soldier saw him down a branch and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shatter our numbers. Make discovery and report us.
I'll see it done.
Let our just censors attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
Advance the war!
Hang out the banners on the outward walls. The cry is still they come. This house's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. What was that noise?
The cry of women, Mr. President.
I have almost forgot the taste of fears. Wherefore was that cry?
The First Lady, Mr. President, is dead.
She would have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue. The story, quickly!
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
O liar and slave!
I say a moving grove!
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang till famine cling thee. Till Burnham wood come to Dunsinane, I cannot take it for, and now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm! Arm and out! Blow, wind! Come, rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. Throw down your leafy screens and show like those you are. My worthy uncle, with my cousin and his right noble son, shall lead our first battle.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They've tied me to the stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. Who's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a name more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorred tyrant, and with my sword I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Why? Should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Well, I see lives, but gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound.
Of all men else have I avoided thee. But get thee back, my soul is too much charged with the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain, the terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests, for I bear a charmed life, one that must not yield to one of woman born.
Spare thy charm, and let the angel who thou hast still served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's wound untimely writ.
Oh, no! 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 Accursed be the tongue that tells me this, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And these juggling fiends no more believed that palter us in a double sense. I will not fight thee.
Then yield thee, coward. And live to be the show, and gaze of the time. We'll have thee, as rare monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under it, here lies the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet. Though Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and thou oppose being of no woman born, yet I will try the last before my body and throw my blood. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be he that first cries, hold enough!
Mr. President, for so thou art, behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head? The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak their salutation in their minds. whose voices I desire aloud with mine. God bless America.
God bless America.
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with our several loves and make us even with you. What's more to do than calling home our exiled friends who fled the snares of the dead butcher and his fiend-like wife, who as 'tis thought by self-violent hands took off her life. This and what needful else, by grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one